I get lost, 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 lost.
Hey there, what is going on guys? Kirby here, and today I have something a little bit different for you. Today's video features a small starter house tutorial for you. To get started, we'll look in this chest and we can see some basic materials that are needed to build this house. Now, the amount of materials in this aren't the exact amount, however, as you can see, the house really only requires some spruce wood and oak wood, as those are the materials that the house is actually built out of. The materials on the right are additional materials for the interior and exterior decorations of the house. It includes cobblestone, andesite, wool, and wood block types, so again, easy materials to get with some simple material gathering at the start of playing in your world. I forgot to add in glass to the chest, and you'll only need a couple of pieces of glass at the most, so I can recommend getting a lot of wood like spruce logs and oak logs to start yourself off, and then you'll be ready to build this house. As I said, this is a starter house, but that doesn't mean that you should just build your house right away. Take some time to gather materials first so that your first house can be something that looks pretty nice. To build this house, we just start out by placing 4 oak logs, all separated by 1 block in between them. And then you're just gonna break the 3rd oak log and fill it in with spruce fences in that gap. Then you'll place fences on top of each of these oak logs, and this gives us a nice place to start our roof, and this will just be used with spruce slabs for that. And then after that, we're just going to start the basic frame of our house, and this is going to be a 3-high oak pillar behind the logs we've already placed. And then we're just going to continue our roof on top of that by just going with 1 spruce slab higher each time and extending it out 1 beyond what our frame is. For the gap in front of the house, we are just gonna either fill it in with all spruce wood and you leave 1 space in the middle for a window. We can put stairs on the top and the bottom of that, or you can use another 3-high pillar in the direct middle of that and put 2 windows in there. And for this video, that is what I used, though interior will probably be a little bit easier if you just use 1 window. So since we have the front of the house done now, we are gonna build the rest of the house. You'll then count 6 blocks from the first wood pillar that you made and make another wood pillar. So that'll be 7 total blocks long and 7 total blocks wide, or a 7x7 house. And then after you finish the frame of your house, you'll just want to fill it in with some spruce planks, and we'll add some finishing touches to the walls of the house afterwards. After you fill it in, simply finish the roof off by continuing it up 1 slab at a time across the roof until you have a basic roof made out of slabs. So to add in some detail to the sides and the back of the house, simply just connect the top of the 3-high pillar with more oak logs. This adds in some detail to the wall while also making it look more structurally sound, just gives it a little pillar there. In addition to that, you can add in some spruce stairs so that you can have a little bit of depth to it. Remember, this is your house, so you can add in whatever detail you like. I always like to add in some stairs to make indents into my houses, and it just makes it kind of look beat up a little bit. My favorite style of building is actually having my house look a little beat up or weathered, so that's just what I'm doing here by adding stairs. Gives it a little bit of depth and gives it a little bit of texture. So after you've added detail to the walls, you can add the detail to the roof, and basically by doing the same thing. You're going to use slabs and you're going to use stairs, and you're going to make a roof that looks kind of beat up. It will make the roof look like it has been patched over time, or make it look like the roof was built just to suit the needs of, just being a roof, just to add cover to the house, rather than it being, perfectly designed and a perfectly nice looking roof. It's a bit of a spammy style, but I usually like the outcome of it. And you'll also want to kind of do this to the sides of the roof as well by adding stairs and slabs just to make it look roughed up to your liking. And it ends up with a cool result if you do it correctly, and you're just going to have to mess around with it until you get something that you like. On the exterior of the house, you can add in a pathway, and I like to use a mixture of andesite and gravel for this house specifically, or a mixture of cobblestone, andesite, gravel, whatever, mixture of those type of blocks. But it's your choice of how you want your path to look. I think that this beat up path with the gravel and andesite definitely fits my needs and works out for how I want it to look. To finish off on the inside, I just put oak pillars in each corner of the room, and I also added in a basic ceiling made out of stairs and slabs, just to add in a little bit of depth on the ceiling, and this will allow me to also place chests for, optimal storage, though my chest placing and design wasn't optimal in the least bit. I also added in stairs as shelves for the chest and crafting benches. Here you can see I placed down a furnace, and I will connect a chimney to it for some extra design to build on the inside and outside of the house. Your chimney can look however you want it to be, or use whatever blocks you want it to be. For me, I used cobblestone because it allows me to use the cobblestone wall as like a little pipe that smoke can come out of the chimney for. As you can see, I added some chests for storage on the interior. There are single chests, but you can arrange them however you wish. Again, this is just the interior that I chose. It isn't optimal for, storage needs and whatnot, but it does provide you with some space for a starter house that is decent. And I also added in some torches on the logs for lighting and 2 crafting benches for the design sake of it. To finish it off, I added in some carpet in a random pattern, and I also just placed down my bed. Now, like I said, you can design this however you wanted. I just did something that, looked decent and provided at least a little bit of storage for me. And that is the basic house design that I've made. As I've said, play around with this design and make it to your own liking. I've seen houses made similar to this. As I said, this is just a basic house. People have probably made very similar houses to this. I know that Fancy Blue Pants has a design that is very much the same as this, but I have made it into my own build style and whatnot. I like to make things with my own touch to them, and that's kind of the spammy style that I have. And yeah, this house allows a place for you to stay safe as well as store some of your items while also having a cool place to stay and that looks decent. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.